Houdini was largely known for his escapes, but truthfully, most of his escapes were publicity stunts. They were done outside in harbors to get people to come to his magic shows. So this is why he would be seen upside down with a straitjacket or doing underwater escapes, bridge jumps. But in 1908, he had a brilliant idea to bring the major escapes to the stage. And this was the one that he brought. This is the milk can escape. It's an original Houdini illusion, and this is the original milk can. He would go inside the can, so only his head was emerged. And then he would do something brilliant. And as I'm sure you've heard by so far, Houdini wasn't really respected by his peers for his skills in magic, but he was a brilliant promoter and he was a brilliant presenter. So what he did was this is so smart. He would say to everybody in the audience, I have here the biggest stopwatch in the world, and he would bring out a big clock, and he would say, I want all of you to help me warm up my lungs by holding your breath for a minute with me. And he would get everybody in the audience to hold their breath, the timer would start, and he would go submerge himself into the can. Everybody tries to hold their breath, 30 seconds go by, and they learn it's hard. He comes up after a minute, they kick the can, and now it's brilliant, because what has he done? He hasn't shown you that what he's doing is impossible, like most magicians. He's shown you that what he's doing is difficult and real. And that is a way that everybody, remember, even if there were 3,000 people in the crowd, could understand and identify on a very intimate level the real danger that he was attempting. So this is how the illusion would work. He would say, after a moment of meditation, I will now hold my breath much longer. And he would resubmerge. 6 assistants would place the top on the can and then lock the 6 padlocks on the side. A small curtain was placed around it. This was to protect the secret of his illusion, which remains a secret to this day. And then the clock would start ticking. After a minute, almost everybody in the audience couldn't hold their breath. After 2 minutes, the skeptics were scared. At the 3-minute mark, the theater manager would come out with an axe in his hand, looking very confused, like this had never happened before. And of course, it happened every night, the same exact way. This is Houdini's brilliance with orchestrating a play and playing with your emotions. At the 4-minute mark, everybody in the audience was shouting, "Mercy! Mercy for Mr. Houdini!" And just as he was about to break open that can with an axe, Houdini would emerge from behind the curtain, soaking wet, to thunderous applause. They ate it up. They loved it. Then they'd whisk away the curtain, and the padlocks were still locked. It was as if he melted through the side. And even though Houdini wasn't claiming to be real, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and other spiritualists at the time actually attributed it to his supernatural skills that would allow him to melt through the side. And this is what spurred on that phase of his career, which is coming up here in the next part of the exhibit. Now, we don't know how Houdini did it, but we know that he wasn't injured ever in the performance of this trick. But I can't say the same about a man named Genesta, and I talk about this in my talk tonight. A Houdini imitator named Genesta attempted the milk can escape in 1930, 4 years after Houdini's death. But what Genesta didn't know is that as his crew was unloading the can, they dropped it. Now, we don't know how Houdini did it, but we do know that Genesta did it with a trapdoor lid, a lid that even when locked, you could escape through, right around here, like a double lip. When they dented the can, they stopped the method of escape. The trapdoor wouldn't open. Genesta didn't know this until he was underwater, inside the can with the padlocks locked. No way to shout for help, no way to signal what had happened. It took his wife, who was watching the trick from the wings, 3 minutes before she realized something had gone wrong. She ushered all the assistants in to help unlock the can. But of course, remember, the way the trick is supposed to work, they never have to unlock the padlocks. They couldn't remember which keys went to which locks. So they got mixed up and they lost another precious minute. By the time they unlocked the can, they opened it, Genesta lived only long enough so that they could explain to him how he had been killed.